6 harsh truths you must accept to live a happy life. Sometimes a challenging problem can be overcome by simply accepting it and making peace with your flaws. People are inherently flawed. Many have a temper, a short-term memory, and limited foresight. But despite our imperfections, people live happy lives. This isn't just because life is good or because we're chasing after happiness, it's that most of us can overcome our flaws without any severe problems. There's a difference between knowing what you're up against and accepting it, and as difficult as life can be at times, it's also rewarding and worth the effort. In real life, we can't successfully pursue happiness on our own. Seeing the big picture is difficult, and finding the silver lining in a bad situation is even more difficult. Sometimes a challenging problem can be overcome by simply accepting it and making peace with your flaws. There are 6 things you need to accept before you can move on from an awful situation. Before we start, if you don't want to miss out my latest video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell too. 1. Not everyone is going to like you. It can be very tempting to try to please everyone. This is an age-old impulse that is as strong today as it was in the era of the pharaohs, and it's not just reserved for politicians and salespeople. In general, we want others to like us, so we do everything we can to make that happen, even if it means sacrificing our happiness in the process. But there are some things you can't change about yourself, and other people will inevitably judge you for them. If they aren't going to be pleased with you, it's your job to accept that. If you can't accept the fact that some people will never like you, you'll never be able to make peace with yourself. 2. Bad things happen in life. No matter how careful we are, accidents will occur from time to time, and no matter how well you prepare, tragedy will strike at some point. As much as it's important not to dwell on bad situations and mistakes, it's also essential to accept them. You can't live in constant fear of bad things happening, but the worst thing you can do is pretend they didn't happen. It's easier to deal with a situation once it's over, but even so, you'll still want to move on and put your life back together as soon as possible. To move on, you must accept that life is not perfect and will not always be picture perfect. 3. Fear will keep you from living a full life or happy life. There are many things in life that will drive you insane. We're all capable of doing stupid things, but that doesn't mean anyone has to deal with them on a daily basis. Fear is a powerful thing, and it's easy to get obsessed with your problems without letting yourself accept the possibility that other people have it worse. The way you feel about your problems is just as important as how you feel about other people's problems. If you're constantly scared and stressed out without any real reason, it's easy to feel trapped and depressed, but don't let fear keep you from living life to its fullest, whatever that means for you. 4. There is no perfect time to do anything. Waiting for the right time to act takes a lot of patience, but that doesn't mean there's never a right time. Sometimes it's better to wait until you're ready to face your fears, but at other times, you need to put yourself out there before you're ready. Waiting for a rainstorm to stop won't make it go away. Sometimes the best course of action is just to put on some rain boots and get out in the downpour. Not all of us are so strong that we can maintain our patience in a difficult situation, but it's important to know when to act and when not to. If you wait too long to do something, or if you wait and then don't act, you risk losing the opportunity or doing something much worse than your original intention. Again, the silver lining is that if you can act in difficult situations, they will become less painful over time. 5. Sorrow isn't forever. No matter how happy or strong we are, we will all experience times of sorrow in our lives. If you can see beyond these difficult times, you will be better prepared to face the next challenge. When you accept your trials, they will become less painful and less frequent, so don't avoid your sadness or try to make it go away. Some things cannot be changed, and there are things that you must accept. Most of the time, our mistakes help us grow and educate us on what we need to do to improve our lives. If we put our hearts and minds into making the same mistakes again and again, the results can be disastrous. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride and say I'm sorry, or even thank you. It's possible that you don't deserve gratitude or even forgiveness, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't express them anyway. 6. You can't change some things about yourself. The most important thing to accept is that we're all flawed, we all have limitations, and it's your responsibility to work with what you've been given at the end of the day. Some people are born with physical or mental disabilities, and it can be challenging to know how you'll adjust to a new lifestyle if you're one of them. Others just aren't able to make the right decisions. Our limitations are frequently what we can't change, but they are also what we must accept. Some of us crave acceptance, while some simply want to be liked. We can be self-assured enough to examine our flaws, work with them, and find a way to move forward in life. For most of us, accepting these truths is simply a matter of realizing that we can accomplish something difficult by working through our problems and mistakes. It's accepting the reality of our limitations and adjusting to unavoidable changes. There's nothing wrong with wishing for a better life, but you can't give up on your efforts just because you're not there yet. Sometimes it's best to just do what you can and trust in the future. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next episode.